Hi everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is EdieAnne, and this presentation is about social pages. Social pages. We want to make sure that you are doing the very best that you can with the tools that you have. And a lot of times these tools are free, especially with social media. So what I want to make sure that you get out of this presentation is the importance of having a business page in the first place. The importance in following compliance, which is kind of a big deal within Scentsy, the importance of your content, the best practices and etiquette to use on social media, as well as going Facebook Live, which is one of my favorite topics, using Facebook advertising, and then we're just going to kind of sum it up and overview everything that we talked about. Are you ready? All right, so a little bit about me. First of all, I've been with Scentsy for a little over 6 years. I'm a superstar director now. Woo-hoo. And my online experience is pretty detailed. I live in a town of 192 people, so I had to kind of find a way around not being able to do home parties or basket parties without having to travel an hour or two to get to anybody that would want to do that. So social media became my best friend. It also became my best business partner. And therefore, I had to kind of dive in head first and find alternatives for me to run my business. And so that's where I've gotten a lot of my social experience. However, I do bring some to the table that I had prior to my Scentsy career. So that's a little bit about me. And I just want to jump right in so that we can complete all of the content because there's a lot of it. All right, so the importance of having a business page in the first place. When people are looking for a business, they're going to look in the yellow pages. We're going old school now, right? We're going to look in the yellow pages. They're going to look online. They're going to see if there's any information about them, something that will give them a tangible reason to believe that this business is legit, right? So if we produce and maintain a business page, and for the purposes of this training, we're going to kind of reflect on Facebook, although there are other types of business pages like LinkedIn, and you can have a business account with Instagram and Twitter. But for this particular presentation, we're going to kind of focus on Facebook. So when people are searching, they're finding legitimate businesses through the pages that are created through that business. And if it hasn't been updated in a year, or maybe it looks kind of amateur or childish, they're probably going to pass by it. And that's not something that you want to have happen in your business. You want them to stay. You want them to be engaged. You want them to look at your page and say, oh, they just posted this morning. Those are the types of things. So it's going to make your business feel, look, and be a little bit more legitimate to the customers. Okay. It's also going to help you stay out of Facebook jail. Facebook jail is when Facebook realizes that multiple times a certain post is being made, or that you are promoting business on your personal page. Facebook doesn't want us to promote our businesses on our personal page. That's not what it's for. It was created to link up college students way back in the day when it first started, and it wants to maintain that integrity regards to being social, not necessarily business social. Okay, so creating a business page will help you stay out of Facebook jail because you're going to be posting your business on your business page and posting your personal on your personal page. We're going to talk about that a little bit more as well. But remember that your business page is a place to share, right? So if you post something on your Facebook page, go ahead and share it on your personal page. That's what Facebook wants us to do. By not doing personal or business posts on our personal page, Facebook is going to say, okay, she's not spamming, so we're not going to close her down. They've done it. Okay, so Facebook jail can be pretty detrimental to our businesses because depending on how Facebook feels that day, you could be blocked from making posts, you could be blocked from sending messages, you could be blocked from pretty much a lot of different things. They've also shut down accounts. So being in Facebook jail is not something that we want to experience. Maybe you already have, and I'm sorry if you have. I have. And basically it's Facebook's way of saying, I don't want you doing what you're doing. I feel it's kind of spammy, and so we're shutting you down. Typically it's 7 days to 30 days that they will block you from doing something, and we just don't want to go there. Okay. The other thing that a business page is going to allow you to do is kind of give you a benchmark of what is happening, who your clientele is, what they're wanting to see, the type of content that seems to be more engaging. And so with analytics, with scheduling, with ads, that type of thing, we have a little bit more leverage than we do on our personal pages. Okay. It gives you a space to build relationships with your customers and your potential team members, and to give them product information. The content really is going to be fairly important, but the bottom line is that we want to build relationships online, just like we would if we were face to face with somebody. So having a business page is going to allow us a space to do that. Okay. Okay. So compliance is our next topic, and it can be a little touchy to some people, but I'm here to tell you that compliance is here for a reason, and it's to protect us as consultants. Don't view it as something that is a harsh thing. People don't like being told what to do, and have a hard time with rules and regulations sometimes, but these particular rules that we have in place as Scentsy consultants is to protect us as consultants. Okay. So the three things that I want to mention are personal specials, selling stock online, and then of course our naming conventions. So I'm going to start with the naming conventions because it's a little bit easier. But really, if these three rules are followed, that's all you need to know. Okay. So the Scentsy naming conventions are basically that we cannot use the word Scentsy in anything that we are naming. So if we're going to name a business page, we're going to name an email address, we're going to name a website, whatever it is, we can only use the word Scentsy if it's accompanied with independent consultant. Okay. We can't use Scentsy alone, because what happens is it makes the customers think that we work for Scentsy directly, and we are independent consultants. We're not employees. Okay, so that's the biggest thing when it comes to naming conventions. Make sure that you are just using our information properly, and that the Scentsy name is not being used out of its original context of the company. Okay, so personal specials. We are not allowed to post or announce personal specials anywhere on social media. Only through private message, chat, email, phone, or face-to-face. You're going to notice that all of those mediums, those ways of communicating, are all private, like one-on-one communication. That's what we're looking for here. We cannot go into a closed, private, secret group on Facebook and post personal specials, because it's not private. There are more than one person in that group. Okay. We cannot post on our personal page that if you place $50 order, you could get a free warmer. We can't do that. This is why. Okay, if I am a new consultant, all right, and I'm just starting out, and I happen to have the same friends as my superstar director, okay, my superstar director goes and posts on her page, which we have some common friends, and says, if you place a $50 order, I will give you 2 free warmers, right? Huge. I can't do that as a new consultant. I may not be able to afford it. I may not want to set a precedence in my business that I'm giving stuff away like that. It may just not be something I want to do. Maybe I just can't do it, right? I could probably say, hey, if you spend $50, I'll give you a Scentsy spatula, right? Where are they going to go? They're going to probably go where they're going to get 2 free warmers. That is to protect all of our consultants, to have an equal playing field. Love it, right? Okay. So no personal specials. That includes games such as prizes, giveaways. You don't want to have raffles or anything of that nature on Facebook. You don't want to do them in Facebook parties either. We can only do it through private message, and there is a way to do that. So just make sure that you are reaching out to compliance@scentsy.com if you have any of those questions, and they would be more than happy to help you. That's why they're there. Okay. We cannot sell stock online. The only place that we can sell online is through our PWS, our personal website. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are not posting stock. One of the things that you need to be aware of, and you may not be aware of, is one of our standards in our rules is that if you go to an event, you're doing an event, and you want to show a picture of your table and post it on social media, by all means, we want you to do that. But keep in mind that only 10 products can be shown on that picture. Okay, we don't want you being able to show your entire table to show all the stock that you have, because people are automatically going to want to buy stuff. Okay, that can't be done. That is not an equal playing field. And so you can have up to 10 products showing on an event table when you share it on social media. Okay, and that's not 10 categories, that is 10 actual products. Okay, keep that in mind. Anytime you post a picture on social media of a product, which we do all the time, as long as it's linked to your PWS and not send me a message, because at that point we know it's inventory. If it's linked to your PWS, it's totally fine. Okay, so that's going to eliminate selling stock online. All right, moving on. The importance of content. Content is huge, guys. If there's not something good to read, you're not going to read it, right? So we need to talk about personality, purpose, and promotion, and the 80-20 rule. When you are posting something, you want to consider what your audience wants to see. What's the demographics? What is, where do they live? What are their ages? What are they buying? Those types of things. And it can take a lot of research to find that out, but it's your clientele. So you're going to have some of that arsenal in your workstation already. Okay. So 3 P's: personality, purpose, promotion. You want to have your own personality into every post. You want to have a purpose for that post and not just kind of a random thought. And somewhat of a promotion to promote that product. Okay, so here's the 80-20 rule around those content things. The 80-20 rule is 80% business oriented and 20% advertising. Let me explain that. I'm going to say the opposite for your personal page. It's going to be 20% business oriented, or what I call experience emotional marketing. Experience emotional marketing is 80% on your business page and 20% on your personal page. Then the straight out, the straight out advertising is 20% on your business page and not 80%. Am I doing it backwards? I want to make sure that we get this right. So 80% of it should be emotional experience marketing on your business page, and 20% of it is straight out marketing or advertising. Okay, your personal page is 80% personal, 20% emotional experience marketing. There should be no advertising at all on your personal page. So I got that right. Okay, let me repeat that for you. On your business page, 80% should be emotional experience marketing, 20% advertising. On your personal page, it should be 80% personal, 20% experience emotional marketing. What is experience emotional marketing? Experience emotional marketing is something like the Budweiser commercials, when they have this little puppy that gets lost and the horse finds it and they go back to the barn and everybody's happy. There's an emotion that gets stirred up there, okay? And so you can relate. Somebody's going to be able to relate with you on that emotional level, okay? The experience marketing is basically you using the products. Okay, so let's say you want to show how to use the counter clean. Well, show them how to use the counter clean by cleaning your counter. That's experience marketing. Okay, straight out advertising is having a flyer that says, Henry the puppy is on sale. You need to get him today. He's X amount of dollars with tax and shipping. That's advertising. That's just flat out advertising. Okay. So the content of the 80%, which is your experience emotional marketing, that's the content that needs to have your personality. It needs to have a purpose. and it needs to be somewhat of a promotion of that product without shoving it in people's faces, basically. Okay? So think about what your audience is going to want to see. Are they Scentsy kid lovers? Do they love the diffusers and oils? Maybe you need a mixture of both. That's going to be your research to do and find out, okay? You want to be authentic with your posts. You want to build relationships based on the posts that you are posting, and that way you can relate with them. So it'll be easier on the relationship building, because you're going to be able to relate with them on a particular promotion that you just did, whether it was cleaning your counter or doing the laundry or whatever it was, okay? Know your demographics. What do your customers want to see? What do they want to learn about? Maybe you could do a poll, right? That's a fun way of finding out what your customers want. Create your own stuff, guys. Just be authentic. Goodness, it's so easy to copy and paste stuff on social media nowadays. That's where a lot of people are getting into Facebook jail, right? We're copying stuff and Facebook sees it everywhere because everybody's using the same image or the same text. And all of a sudden Facebook is going, no, you cannot spam like that. So we're shutting you down, right? So that's how we get into Facebook jail, and we don't want to do that. Plus, your customers don't want to see somebody else's stuff. They want to see yours. Right? So be authentic, be you. If you don't say the word wahoo, don't say the word wahoo. If you don't say eek, don't say eek, right? Use your personality, use your character. Excuse me, I feel like I gotta sneeze. Use your personality and character in your posts. That's what people want to see. That's why they're your customers and not mine, right? And don't share content from other consultants, okay? So we're going to create your own. You're going to add your own PWS link and logo. And when you're using Scentsy content, add your information to it and personalize it as much as you can. Using Scentsy content correctly means that you're sharing and not copying. If you go to the Scentsy consultant or Scentsy family page on Facebook, and you want to utilize one of their pictures or little videos that they make, share it. Just share it and add your PWS link to that post. I don't know how many times people share my stuff and they forget to put their own link on there. I mean, thank you for the business, but that's not the right way to do it, right? You want to make sure that you are putting your information on something that you're sharing. Okay? Okay. Moving on. Let's see if I can get this to turn. There we go. Did I skip one? No. Best practices and etiquette. Guys, use your couth, right? Don't overpost, but stay consistent. Be mindful of your audience and what they want to see. Stay connected and build relationships by commenting and responding. And comment and like on the brand pages, but keep it positive on brand. Okay, so we're going to talk about all three of those things. So frequency of posting is that you want to make sure that you are there all the time. Remember I talked about a page that hadn't been posting in a year. People aren't going to come to a page that hasn't been posted to in a year. They want to see activity. They want to see current stuff. So it's up to you to post as often as you feel you need to. Now, I'm going to say and suggest that you should post on a business page at least once a day. That way, anybody visiting will have an active post. They can say, oh, they posted yesterday. Okay. I personally post maybe once or twice a day. And that's what my customers want to see. So consider the times that it's being posted. So if you've got worldwide potential for recruits, right, which we do, then our day is Australia's night. So you're going to need to make sure that you're posting in time zones that they're going to see it, even from the east to west coast. If I post at, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm really only getting the east coast because it's 3 o'clock in the morning on the west coast. So I'm not really hitting anybody, right? If I do 9 o'clock, well, that's 6 o'clock on the west coast. That potentially could hit some people, right? And have a larger range of audience. So keep that in mind, okay? The other thing is when you are posting and the frequency that you're posting, when people are responding, please respond to them. You know, if you find that somebody is liking a lot of their posts on your page, reach out to them through private message and say, hey, I noticed that you've been liking a lot of my posts. Are you interested in Scentsy? Right? That's super simple. They're engaging with you, so they're not going to be surprised if you start to engage with them. If they make a comment back. Thank them at least if it wasn't a question, right? Make sure that they are aware that you see them. You know, that's like going into a department store. Now, there's two scenarios here. You walk into a department store, you get bombarded by all the sales that are going on because the person is right in your face telling you all the sales. Well, some people like that, some people don't. I'm the don't. But if I'm shopping in that store and I do find something I like, and I stand there with the item and I'm looking around and there's not one person around to help me, that's frustrating, right? So when we're in a store, we want to make sure we know that somebody's there. If we walk into a store and there's nobody behind the counter, they're all in the back room where we can't see them, we're probably going to walk out, right? And in some cases, some people would walk out with stuff. So that's even more horrible. But make yourself present on your page as though it was a brick and mortar store, right? Because ultimately that's what it is. It's your store. So make yourself present. Answer their questions, talk to them, engage with them, build those relationships. Okay, that's super, super important. And then represent the Scentsy brand. Remember that we are all independent consultants, but we are little franchisees of Scentsy, and so therefore we need to represent ourselves respectfully and with that spirit, right? With the Scentsy spirit. So when you go and comment on something on the Scentsy page, the Scentsy corporate page, you know, I'm not saying that you have to be all roses and unicorns, but keep your negative comments to yourself or private message somebody who can help you. Because if you post a negative comment on a thread, all you're going to do is create this tornado effect that everybody's going to get sucked into. And it doesn't represent Scentsy as a whole. It might represent that one particular thing, but as a customer and you're seeing that, wow, look at these consultants go at it. That's great. I don't want anything to do with Scentsy, right? So if you've got, and like I said, I am not telling you to be roses and unicorns, okay? But there's a time and there's a place for questions, concerns, comments that are negative or concerning. Private message them, email corporate. Let them help you determine whether that concern is legit or not, right? Instead of just making a negative comment that everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon with, okay? There's a time and a place. A lot of people are like, oh, Edie, she only posts positive and uplifting things. Well, that's not true. It is true, but it doesn't mean that it's the only thing that's happening, right? And Orville says this, but I say it all the time. Being positive doesn't necessarily mean that you're happy all the time. It just means that you know how to overcome obstacles. Or at least you try, right? So the etiquette of being online, there are certain things that you don't talk about online. There are certain things that you don't bring up online. And that's just out of pure courtesy and respect. Has nothing to do with stating your opinion. We all have platforms to state our opinions, right? But to be respectful and to be courteous, you can address those concerns in a private manner. Okay? Awesome. Thank you. All right, moving on. Facebook Live. Woohoo! Yay, I love this topic because Facebook Live has given us a completely new platform for us to have parties, for us to engage with our customers. It's an amazing, amazing platform. And if you're not going live, I'm going to challenge you to do that because it can change your business. First of all, Facebook loves live. So if you go live, it is public on your Facebook page. It is going to put your live feed at the top and most everybody in your friends list is going to see it. That's awesome, right? That Facebook's going to do that for us. Use it, right? The functionality and the value of this new service is amazing. It, like I said, it gives us an opportunity to engage. And so that's what I'm going to ask you to do. If you do go live, make sure you acknowledge the viewers that are coming on to see you. Hi, April. Hi, Jill. Oh, it's so good to see you. Yay. Right? Acknowledge them. They want to hear their name. They love hearing their name. That's amazing, right? Invite others to join you live with the new invite feature. We have the ability, when you click on invite next to a person's name, it actually allows them to come on screen with you. Imagine doing that with a hostess at a Facebook party. Ah, right? People love to see you live. It's that whole reality TV genre, and it's huge, right? People want to see you live. Last night we went to the Northern Maine Fair and they had truck pulls. I went live with the truck pulls. Really? People loved it. People loved it. They were all over that. I had 100 and some odd viewers, right? So they love the live feature. And we can utilize it so much in our business that it's crazy, right? We can have a home party live on Facebook. Have all your stuff set up in front of you and people watching. Oh my God, it's amazing, right? Do live parties or just do demos. Maybe we're showing off the Scentsy Go, which is sitting over there. You know, we're showing off the Scentsy. Look at the Scentsy Go. It changes colors. Oh my God, it smells amazing, right? Okay. Use the 80-20 rule for live as well, okay? Don't go live and just advertise. People are not going to tune in. They're not. Go live and be you, be authentic, right? Do some demos, maybe show the puppy sleeping. I don't know. Just mix it up a little bit, because if you keep it too straightforward advertising, people are just not going to tune in, okay? And building relationships using live is so much easier. Why? Because they can see your face. Right? They can relate with you. They can see your facial expressions when you're doing stuff, right? So it makes you more real. They are going to trust you better. People don't buy things or do things with people they don't trust, right? So when they can build some trust with you on a better platform like live, it just makes it better for your business, okay? They love to hear your voice. They love to know that you're real, okay? So just do it. Go live. Go live. And almost every platform has live feature now. So that's just crazy. Love it. Using Facebook advertising. I'm not going to go through this too much, but you can, take a look at this slide. Boosting your posts will allow you to reach people that are either on your page already or outside of your page. And there are demographics and different things that you can select when you're boosting a post. A post, to be boosted, means that you've made a post, and at the bottom it says boost post. If you click on that, then you can change all the demographics of who you want to reach, how long you want to reach them, how much you want to spend, and it helps to get you out there. Do I suggest to do it on all posts? No, I don't, because you want to have some purpose behind your boosting, right? So just, if there's something that you really want people to hear and see, then boost the post, right? If you have the money to boost the post, then do it. But make sure, because it can be a lead generator, make sure that you are responding to people that are posting on that or commenting and liking on that, because they got seen to it. They're letting you know that they're interested by hitting like, love, or whatever it is, making a comment. It's up to you to respond. And that's how that business building relationships is going to work. Okay. It needs to be a two-way street, not just one. Having a post out there and being boosted is not a form of communication. What happens after that is, okay? So respond to the comments and message if it's applicable, right? Create targeted ads. Targeted ads means that we're having a special in Australia for join, let's say, okay? This is just an example. And so all you want to do is target the women in Australia, women and men. A certain age group. Maybe you're talking about fundraising, so you want to just target a certain genre of people. So there's different things that you can choose to make your ad a bit more targeted to the people that you want to see it, okay? It also allows you to review a bit of the performance of your posts. So by boosting your ads, you get analytics added to it. And so it gives you a bit of a performance metrics to determine if that is a good type of post to boost or people are just not interacting with it. Okay, so you're going to want to review the insights to learn how your ads and boosted posts are actually working for you. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Normally, I would have an opportunity to do some questions and answers with you, but I want you to make sure that you understand this summary. So I want you to ask yourself, how are you going to utilize what you've just learned to find success on social media? You got to remember that consistency is key. You're going to create your own content, okay? We just formed a new relationship with Photify, and I absolutely love them. So check your workstation for that. You're going to need to build relationships, guys. It's not a one-way street. We can't just be advertising. We need to build some trust so that people will buy from us. So there is work involved, okay? It's not just something that you post and say, okay, I'm waiting for somebody to respond. Oh, please respond. It doesn't work that way. Okay, go out and introduce your people that have common interests. Join some groups of common interests with you. If you like gardening, join some gardening groups. Go watch some gardening YouTube videos and comment and interact, right? Build those relationships, because that's ultimately the most important part of anything that I've taught you today. And that's to build the relationships online. Okay, be authentic to who you are. They're not going to trust you if they know you're scripted. They're not going to trust you if you're not being you. If you're copying other people's stuff, they're going to catch on at some point. Okay, and definitely go live. It is going to change your business. Okay, all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'm hoping that you found some value. Maybe you had an aha moment or two, and if you did, I would love to hear from you. So reach out to me. Have an amazing day, everyone.